Hi, I'm Linda, and I'm from the Wittenberg Branch Library. And for today's lunchtime poetry, I have two poems that speak of ordinary life from two different generational perspectives. The first one is called Ordinary Life by Barbara Crooker. And the second one, After School on Ordinary Days by Maria Mazziotti Gillen. This was a day when nothing happened. The children went off to school without a murmur, remembering their books, lunches, gloves. All morning, the baby and I built blocks in the squares of light on the floor, and lunch blended into nap time. I cleaned out kitchen cupboards, one of those jobs that never gets done, then sat in a circle of sunlight and drank ginger tea. Watched the birds at the feeder jostle over lunch's little scraps. A pheasant strutted from the hedgerow, preened and flashed his jeweled head. Now a chicken roasts in the pan, and the children return. The murmur of their stories dappling the air. I peel carrots and potatoes without paring my thumb. We listen together for your wheels on the drive. Grace before bread, and at the table, actual conversation. No bickering or pokes. And then the drift into homework. The baby goes to his cars, drives them along the sofa's ridges and hills. Leaning by the counter, we steal a long, slow kiss, tasting of coffee and cream. The kitchen's diminished to skin and skeleton. The moon to a comma. A sliver of white. But this has been a day of grace in the dead of winter, the hard, cold knuckle of the year, a day that unwrapped itself like an unexpected gift. And the stars turn on, order themselves into the winter night. After school, on ordinary days, we listen to the shadow and the Lone Ranger as we gathered around the tabletop radio that was always kept on the china cabinet built into the wall in that tenement kitchen. A china cabinet that held no china, except thick and white and utilitarian cups and saucers, poor people's cups from the 5 and 10-cent store. My mother was always home from Ferraro's coat factory by the time we walked in the door. After school on ordinary days, and she'd give us milk with Bosco in it, and cookies she'd made that weekend. The three of us would crowd around the radio, listening to the voices that brought a wider world into our Patterson apartment. Later, we'd have supper at the kitchen table, the house loud with our arguments and laughter. After supper, on ordinary days, our homework finished, we'd play Monopoly or gin rummy, the kitchen warmed by the huge coal stove, the wind outside rattling the loose old windows. We inside, tucked in, warm and together on ordinary days that we didn't know until we looked back across the distance of 40 years, would glow and shimmer in memory's flickering light. Happy Friday. See you next week. Bye-bye.